Hello beautiful souls, I'm Sasha, welcome back to my channel, here to support you in living your most abundant life. Last week we were talking about embracing your shadow and how accepting all of you is so crucial if you want to live an abundant life. Part of that healing is when you accept all parts of yourself, you become more radiant, more vital, and more full of life, and this is how you become magnetic. I'll put the link to the shadow work video up here for you because it works really well with this one. So in this video, if you haven't guessed by the title, we're talking about how to be magnetic. When you're magnetic, you draw people, things, experiences to you. You're able to seduce, to entice the things that you really want into your life and into your world, really just with your energy. You find that you don't have to do anything to get what you want. It kind of finds you. Opportunities, the conversations, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you are looking for kind of starts to show up just in front of you. Get into those realms of like instant manifestation and things just become easy just by you being you. And I guess the reason you clicked on this video because you were like, yeah, I want that. Well, guess what? You are already doing it. You are already magnetizing to yourself exactly what you desire. Let's just sit with that for a moment. So right now, your reality is exactly what some part of you is deeply desiring. There is something within you that deeply wants what is happening in your life right now. We are always magnetic. We literally can't help it. We are energetic beings. So even when we switch ourselves off, even when we dissociate, we are still running subconscious programming, subconscious patterning, which is attracting things into our life. We're always co-creating with the universe, even if we don't know it. But if we're in the realm of healing, of personal transformation, our work is really answering the question of how can we magnetize the good stuff to us? How can we magnetize the success, the loving relationships, the community? Well, to do that, we need to make conscious the parts of us that are not desiring that. So if we're not magnetizing success in our business, for example, and we're magnetizing stagnancy, rejection, failure, and going kind of round in circles with these things, repeating these same patterns, then we need to find out why we are desiring those things, why those things are fulfilling to us, and why we're magnetizing them into our life. My own experience and in my clients, it really comes down to keeping us safe. We are replaying patterns from our past, from our ancestral lineage that had us believing that this is where we want to be. Where we are right now is where we want to be. That this is the best, the safest place for us. So while we might dream of something else, we might say affirmations or visualize a different reality, our nervous system wants to be here. Our nervous system has decided that this is the level that we want to operate at, and we are going to stay here. We're going to do everything to make it possible to live this exact reality over and over. So to become magnetic to something else, to a different reality, to magnetize our different desires, we need to shift our nervous system. And if you're anything like me, then you'll probably want to approach this bit by bit, probably slowly, because you don't want a full body shock to the system. You want your nervous system to feel safe and uncomfortable at your rate of up-leveling, that it really gets comfortable with receiving something different. You know those stories of lottery winners who win these huge amounts of money and then within a few years they're literally back to the level of wealth they were at before they won the lottery. This is because they were still in that old level of consciousness, so they were literally magnetizing their old level of lifestyle towards them, and even though they had all this money, it literally just fled from them, it left them because they were still at the old level of their consciousness, and their nervous system couldn't handle it, so it literally just rejected it, it got rid of it. So in order to upgrade our lives, to magnetize something different, up level, we need to shift our DNA. We need to let the cells in our body become familiar with a different way of life. We need to re-pattern ourselves. And if you're familiar with Joe Dispenza's work, I highly recommend it. It's so good on this topic, then you will know what I'm talking about. So this repatterning comes through in 3 different ways. Firstly, the way we speak to ourselves in our minds, the language we use, the quality of the conversation that is happening in our heads. So if you already meditate or journal, then you'll already understand your inner dialogue. You already know the way you speak to yourself, the kind of things that you tell yourself. So becoming conscious of that and understanding how much impact the quality of that language has on us is one of the ways to begin repatterning. Second, through the actions we take. If we want a different reality, if we want to magnetize something different to us, then we need to change what we're doing in some way. And this often means doing things that make us feel nervous, that make us feel scared, because they're out of our comfort zone. And that's the whole point. We're retraining our comfort zone to be something different. We're retraining our nervous system to not be scared of the new reality that we are calling in, that we are wanting to magnetize to ourselves. And third, our relationships. So how we are currently operating within our current relationships with the people around us. So much patterning comes from those early relationships with our family, with our parents, with our friends, our brothers and sisters. Those bonds we have create really powerful patterns that we tend to repeat throughout our lives if we don't become conscious of them. So bringing that self-awareness to these three things is how we really begin repatterning and changing what we are magnetizing towards us. And just to be like aware, looking at all these three things can be really confronting, because we are taking responsibility for all the ways we are actually magnetizing to ourselves the things that we say that we don't want. And it can really take some work to repattern, to change, to transform. It doesn't have to feel like a struggle, and it doesn't have to feel impossibly hard. We can welcome it in. We can actually magnetize in our own healing. So here's how it works. As soon as we realize that we are magnetizing these people, experiences, things that we say we don't want, we become conscious of it, and it literally breaks the pattern. It stops the pattern in its tracks when we become conscious of it. When we become aware of a story, it's no longer a story. It's no longer unconscious. It's no longer running the show behind the scenes. It's out in front of us. And this is where the healing can really come in. We get to feel the feelings that that story generates within us. And we get to see the way it's served us and it's fulfilled us. Again, this can be really confronting to understand that some of these things that we say that we don't want are actually fulfilling to us, and they're serving a purpose within our emotional body, and our emotional regulation depends on it. So say being stagnant in business is a recurring pattern. It's something that we keep magnetizing to us. Maybe people keep saying no to us over and over and over again. It might actually make us feel safe and comfortable to be stuck. So once we bring this out to the light, we need to feel the fear of not being stagnant. We need to feel the fear of success. Understand where that fear came from and release it. Then we can literally start magnetizing success to us, because we've released the old subconscious patterning that was magnetizing the lack of success. This is where the magic happens. This is the point where you no longer have to do anything. It's not a struggle. You're not pushing. New opportunities, new people, new experiences will literally just land in your lap. There's no other way to explain it. It is like magic. You release the old story and the new story can just come in, that things get to be easy, that success gets to be easy. So if this is not happening, if you feel like, oh, I've gone into these wounds or these patterns and I see them, and if the thing that you are working on is still not kind of magically appearing in your life, then you are still in a pattern that is magnetizing the things to you that you say you don't want. So that's your work. There are still patterns there. So start looking for these patterns. And when I say this, I don't mean you just sit and don't do anything in your life. Of course, like, you need to be co-creating your reality. So if you say you want a successful business, I always use business because that's what I coach around. You say you want a successful business, you have to be taking the actions that are aligned with having a successful business. You can't just sit and not create anything and expect to just get money landed in your account. That's not how it works. You say you want a successful business, then you've got to be running a business, and then the success of the business is the thing that you will magnetize to yourself. But there are small miracles happening all the time, for sure. And if you want to dive a little bit deeper into that, then go check out this video on manifesting more miracles and synchronicities into your life. Being radiant, being more magnetic is something that is available to you as long as you keep bringing that subconscious patterning out into the light, feeling the feelings around it that are keeping you stuck, that are actually keeping you safe and comfortable, releasing them and allowing yourself to move to that next level. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to you becoming more magnetic, the things that you truly desire, the things that you really deeply want, the good stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. There are new videos every Tuesday. Loving you.